Yeah, we live. Okay. So again, in today's stream, as you could see from the title, we'll only be doing lead code. I wouldn't be doing any development today because I've realized doing development on stream is actually quite slower than if I would do off stream. So only lead code today. I'll probably do this for 1.5 hours, and our focus would be on trees and graphs today because I've been doing way too many arrays question. Okay, so let's start. To have lead code, yeah, we have lead code. You know what? I really like this sheet. No, we do not need. Okay. Design patterns, array, linked list, bit manipulation, talk, binary search, greedy, backtracking, tree traversal. Yep. Tree traversal. I'm pretty sure I've done quite a few problems from this. For binary tree, yes, I've done this. Done. Okay, I've done this too. This also I've done. Yeah, I've done these questions. How many questions did you solve till now in lead code? In lead code, I've solved 300 questions, and I used to do code forces, but in that I've only solved 100 questions, and I've stopped doing code forces now. Check whether it's a mirror of itself or not. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So I think I'll have to take a look at my old submissions. Hmm. Right. This is the same tree. I've done this. Check whether it is a mirror of itself. Symmetric around center. So for this we'll have to check for every node if its left is equal to right or not. Yeah, that's the logic, right? We'll have to check for a node if its left is equal to its right or not. That is it. Hmm. If node left in CPP, null equals to null, right? In CPP, null equals to null, right? Hmm. Okay, it is. If node left is not equal to node right, return false, right? And then you call this on the both children of node left and right. if node left is not equal to null, solver on node left. If node right is not equal to null, solver of node right. Okay, wait, we also have to return answer. Left child equals to this. If L child equals to false, return false. Equal to this, right? Bool. Wait, if our child is false, then अगर our child भी आपका क्या कहते हैं false है तो you can return false or else you return true. What's the issue? Line 16. Bool solver tree node. Oh, for case 1 we're getting false. So we're checking अगर left is not equal to right, you return false. अगर left null नहीं है तो you call it on. Left child equals to false, return false. Right child equals to false, return false. Where's the issue? So for it will check 1 का left, output is false, right? So it will check 1 का left or right equal है, is not equal to this. हाँ, तो इसका return false नहीं है तो उसके left में कॉल करेगा. Let's debug. See out true for node. Oh wait, we need to check the values, right? What am I doing? Node की left की, we need to compare the values. Node की left की value, right? Value is not equal to node की right की value. Then you're gonna return member access of a null pointer. अच्छा, नोड के लेफ्ट में नहीं है 1 to 2 null. अब इसके केस में क्या हो रहा है? इन दिस केस वो 1 के इसको वैल्यू चेक कर रहा है, ठीक है. हम्म 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 इस केस में why am I over complicating it? This is your base condition. अगर आपका नोड का लेफ्ट इज नॉट इक्वल टू नल एंड नोड का right is not equal to null, and then yeah, what am I doing? See, let's rewrite our approach. Could you solve it both recursively and iteratively? I mean, yes, we can do like a breadth first search. ओके, अब आप चेक करोगे आपको कोई भी नोड मिला, ठीक है ना, यू से नोड के लेफ्ट की वैल्यू case 2 output is true, case 1 output is false. So what am I doing here is I have xcali already. Okay, see, I've been so out of touch with trees that I can't solve a easy problem. It's 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 and 4, 2 3 and 4. Okay, so for every node we for it every node to be symmetric we'll have to check कि उसका left equal to right है कि नहीं, left equal to right है कि नहीं, है ना. अगर नहीं है तो as simple, तो you can return false, ठीक है ना. तो इसका left equal to right है, ठीक है, फिर आप इस पे कॉल कर दो. इसका left equal to right है, ठीक है, फिर आप इन पे कॉल कर दो. as simple as that. इसका भी हाँ, तो चलो इस केस में तो इट वर्क्स, बट व्हाट अबाउट द अदर केस. it's 1 2 3 why do I need 1 2 3 2. Let's say we have something like this. Okay, now here iska left would be equal to its right. Okay, makes sense. Left would be equal to its right. Now here you need to see for the symmetry to be there. Wait, I think my logic is incorrect. Because if I go something like 1 2 2 and then I go 4 4 and 6 6, right, तो इट्स जस्ट चेकिंग एक नोड का लेफ्ट और राइट. तो 1 का लेफ्ट राइट इक्वल आ रहा है, 2 का लेफ्ट राइट 4 4 इक्वल आ रहा है, 2 का लेफ्ट राइट 6 6 इक्वल आ रहा है. या दैट्स रॉन्ग. दैट्स रॉन्ग. सो माय लॉजिक इज रॉन्ग. I've become so rusty with trees. Parent, I think we should maintain a tree node. What we do is null 3 null 3. Node की value goes from Or we could actually solve it using BFS. I don't know why I'm doing it recursively, but yeah, let's have a look right now. 3 4 3 4. So we'll start from here. इसका check करेंगे left right equal नहीं है तो we make it false. Hmm. You know what? Let's do a level order traversal. We reach here. Yeah, my logic is flawed. You need to compare these two trees, right? 2 with 3 4, 2 with 3 4. Okay. You know what? We can actually start from here. अब यहाँ से we'll check इन दोनों के left right equal होने चाहिए. अगर equal हैं तो we call left right from this and from this. Okay. L3 tree node. What am I doing? The simple case is if L3, simple case is L3 की value is not equal to R3 की value, so we return false. Now we see another case, L3 के child. One, two, three, 1 2 3. This is the tree, right? Wait, why is it false? Oh. Okay. Okay, I get it. उसके left को उसके right से match कराना है. This is a condition, right? अब if L3 के left is not equal to null and then R3 का right is not equal to null, मेरे ट्री वाला क्वेश्चन है सब ब्रो, हाय ब्रो, मैंने ट्री वाला क्वेश्चन नहीं, या आई मीन इट्स एन इजी क्वेश्चन, बट मैंने ट्रीज कब से नहीं करे एंड दैट्स व्हाई आई एम स्टक. आई फील लाइक हाँ, बीएफएस से तो इट कैन बी डन, बट आई डोंट नो मैं रिकर्जन से जाए जा रहा हूँ. सो यू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हेयर, तेरे को एल ट्री और आर ट्री दिया. अब नाउ यू चेक इसका लेफ्ट एग्जिस्ट करता है और उसका राइट एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. hmm. अगर एल ट्री इक्वल, ऐसे ऐसे कर सकते हैं, एल ट्री इक्वल्स टू नल एंड आर ट्री नल नहीं है, तो ऑल्सो वी रिटर्न फॉल्स. आई एम ओवर कॉम्प्लिकेटिंग इट फॉर श्योर. What we do is, if एल ट्री के लेफ्ट की वैल्यू you gonna call solver or एल ट्री के लेफ्ट and एल ट्री के राइट, and we gonna call solver on एल ट्री के, not एल ट्री, राइट ट्री के लेफ्ट और राइट. Now what am I doing here is, अगर हाँ, so let's see what we are doing here. अब एल ट्री और टू से चालू कर रहे हो, दोनों में से कोई एक नल है नहीं, दोनों एग्जिस्ट करते हैं और दोनों की वैल्यू भी सेम है, तो इट मूव्स ऑन. फिर ये कॉल करेगा एल ट्री के लेफ्ट और आर ट्री के राइट. एल ट्री के राइट को नहीं, एल ट्री के लेफ्ट और आपके आर ट्री के राइट को कॉल करना चाहिए ये. हाँ, एल ट्री के लेफ्ट और आर ट्री के राइट को. हेलो भैया, हेलो ब्रो, हेलो. आर ट्री के राइट को, आर ट्री के लेफ्ट और एल ट्री के राइट को. एल ट्री का लेफ्ट, ब्रो डू दिस. I think this should work now. Return solver of bool A, bool B. एक कंडीशन ये भी तो लगाओ कि अगर बोथ ही फॉल्स है, इफ एल ट्री इक्वल्स टू नल. This should actually be the first. Return A and B. In fact, अगर A ही false आ गया तो we return if is not equal to A return false. Return solver of if root left is not equal to null. Bro, try BFS, that will make it easy. Yeah, bro, I could see that BFS will make it easy. एक बार ये सबमिट करके देखता हूँ, then I'll go with BFS. Now this thing is tree node star L tree equals to your okay, wait, I think we can just run it from root and root. What is it saying? L tree val is not equal to R tree val. Oh, I think this should be working. See, but I took so much time to solve an easy question with a 60% acceptance rate. I miss her. Nice. But bro, do you think this was an easy question? I mean, with DFS it took me some time. Okay. Hello Bhaiya, hello Vijendra bro. What's up? Yeah, but I need to be, yeah, I've done this. Okay, same tree is done, symmetric tree is done. I hate these type of questions, I'm not doing it. Flatten binary, another bullshit question. Smallest string from starting leaf. Okay, I've solved this already. What is the question? You're given the root of a binary tree where each node has a value representing letters A to Z. Return the lexicographically smallest string that starts at a leaf of this tree and ends with the root. Acha, so this is just a DFS question, right? This is just a DFS question. Yeah, DFS करके reverse करके check कर लो. Yeah, makes sense. Invert the tree and return its root. By invert, acha. So I just did BFS, right? BFS करके ही हो. Okay. Wait, I did 4 को 7 बनाना है, 7 को 9 बनाना है. अच्छा, you want to find its mirror image. So what I did was I did BFS से आपने नोड्स निकाल लिए पहले लेवल के, ठीक है. फिर आपने नोड को इटरेट करा, टेम्प इक्वल्स नोड. ओह अच्छा, मेक सेंस. पहला केस हो जाएगा 4 को 7 और 2, 4 के चाइल्ड को एक्सचेंज कर दिया. अच्छा हाँ, सो बेसिकली आप इसमें हर एक लेवल पे जाके हर एक नोड के चाइल्ड को एक्सचेंज कर रहे हो. या ओके, इट्स डन. I've not done this. Given the return all Root to leaf paths in any order. A leaf is a node with no children. You want to, given the root of a binary tree, return all root to leaf paths in any order. Another DFS question. Let's maintain a vector string answer, then do when void solver. That's going to take your tree node star node, right, and string current. If all you gotta do is if node left is equal to null, and node right is equal to null, answer dot push back current, that is it. Then you just call solver string temp1 equals to current plus your, what is the node as, int. What do you want to return? 125. Return all root to leaf paths. Acha, we want to, if node left is not equal to null, then what we got to do is string l equals to string node k left key value, right, and then you do it string new cur equals to cur plus l, that is it, and then you call solver on node k left go with your new current. Now do the same for string r equals to string right r right, and then you return. As simple as that. So now you just call solver with your root node and empty string, and then you return answer. So we're getting 1, 2, and 25. Oh, oh wait, I could have worded it better. Acha, we need to add the current value also, right? Just do it with string current equals to string root val. Can the root be null? No. They won't answer like this with arrows inserted. Bro, what? Plus plus. Okay. I tried it a while ago. Construct वाला बहुत tough question है. Yeah, bro, I always ignore it. मैंने एक बारी I think हाँ मुझसे भी नहीं हुआ था तो I did see the solution. अब मुझे याद भी नहीं कि मुझे याद है कि नहीं. That's the point. बहुत बेकार question है. Done with this. What did I just, which question was it? Binary tree paths, okay. Smallest ring, I've done this. Same symmetric, okay. Binary tree in order traversal. Tree ke, why is it every question is easy marked? Like valid binary search tree. For binary search tree is left is greater than its right, right? No, left is smaller than root, right is greater than node. Hmm. What is this I've written? I think I should solve this again because my code looks so bad. Okay. 51436. Let's go with this. 51436. I think BFS would make this easier. For BFA, a level order traversal, I mean level order traversal. First we'll find 5 and we can easily check the child of 5 in right, ठीक है 5 हो गया, then we'll find 1 and 4, तो 1 के चेक कर लो and 4 के चेक कर लो. Absolutely. Then we'll find 3 and 6. So why was I going with DFS in this? So we make a q int, not int, it's going to store tree node star q. Now q dot push, right? How do you add into a queue? Push or insert? Push and pop. Okay. Root while is not q dot empty. Okay, int n equals to q dot size. Int I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus vector tree node star level tree node star node equals to q dot top. Q dot top, or we have a q dot top in queues, right? Let's see, q dot pop and level dot push back your node. Now what you do is check for, now just check for every level. No, but wait, this is checking it individually. This would not work because let's say, no, this would work. This would work. Or will this? No, this would not work because if I had a 1 here, so इसको वो वैलिड कह देगा क्योंकि लेफ्ट छोटा है राइट बड़ा है, इसको भी वैलिड कह देगा लेफ्ट छोटा है राइट बड़ा है. बट यू हैव टू सी ना कि लेफ्ट की भी तो एक लिमिट होगी. हम्म हम्म That's the thing. Right. So the point is, what? This is false. That is what we have to see. Hmm. And upper bound equals to int max and lower bound equals to int min. What we can do now is, let's say we have a 10 here. Fourteen here. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Got it, upper bound. Yep, I'm on the. We could write recursion valid, left valid plus right valid. And did you took any? Why the fuck you are wearing that? What am I wearing? This? What's wrong with this? I think DFS will work. In this, yeah. Previously, I solved this with DFS. I've solved this question, but a long, long time ago. Did you take any course to understand these DSA topics or any YouTube channel? किसी single YouTube channel से I don't नहीं I don't think so I ever studied from a single YouTube channel. इसमें upper bound और lower bound लेकर करना पड़ेगा because at this point every child value has a lower bound of 5 and what is even the upper bound, that is it. Right में आप lower bound लेकर चलोगे, left में आप upper bound लेकर चलोगे, upper bound equals to 5. Nothing can be greater than 5. As simple as that. है ना? Because ये पूरा left में है, ये पूरा right में है. Okay. अब at this point how is the upper bound lower bound updated? Now let's say we have something here and here. This should be less than 6 but should be greater than, this should be less than 6 and this should be greater than 6. This should be less than 14 and should be greater than 14. ओके वो तो हम यहीं से चेक कर लेंगे, लेकिन हमें बाउंड आई थिंक डू वी नीड टू अपडेट आवर लोअर बाउंड एंड अपर बाउंड? आई एम सो कंफ्यूज्ड. Okay. Five one four three two six. So the point is, let's have a random A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The first condition is C should be greater than A. Okay, let's write it with something else. You know what? We can actually even write in text. The first condition is C should be greater than A, and B should be less than A. Okay, this is your first condition. After that, you go to your second level. Therein you see D should be F should be greater than C, not F. What am I doing? मैं राइट लेफ्ट चेक कर रहा हूँ ना. हाँ, राइट लेफ्ट. तो राइट के राइट को देखो आप. G should be greater than C. तो उसमें तो कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं है. G should be greater than C, उसमें तो कुछ है नहीं. लेकिन now when you're checking F should be less than C. F should be less than C, and F should be greater than your A. Okay, right. This is a condition. Lower bound इसका A है. ये तो right tree के लिए हो गया. And for the left tree, D should be less than your B. Okay. D should be less than your B, and E, it should be greater than B. E, it should be greater than B, and E should be lower than A. A is the upper bound क्योंकि लेफ्ट में चलते हुए आ रहा है. As simple as that. ये मैंने DFS का क्वेश्चन उठाया, BFS का. वैलिड बाइनरी सर्च ट्री कहाँ से उठाया मैंने? वैलिडेट बाइनरी सर्च ट्री. तो अच्छा, but it's a DFS question. Okay, we can see about that. Hi, I am from Triple IT Bombay. Hello, bro. I think the lower bound should be less than your current value. Upper bound should be... Yeah. See, I'm confused about how are we increasing our bounds. I think for that we need a bigger example. ठीक है. Bro, why can't we increase its size? Okay, because ये right subtree है. Right subtree में you will always have a lower bound कि A से तो बड़ा होना ही है. Left subtree में you will always have a upper bound कि A से तो छोटा है होना ही है. Left tree has a upper bound, right tree has a lower bound. ठीक है ना? And this would be for everything. Or I think let's take one more level. Maybe then we can clear things out. D E F G A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O. Okay, now H should be smaller than D. H should be smaller than D. H is smaller than D. Right, it should be smaller than it should also be smaller than B, and it should also be smaller than A. What are our node limits? We have 10 raised to 4. What's your setup? No setup, bro. I'm just on my laptop. For left, update the upper bound, and for right, increase the lower bound. Yeah. That's what I can see. हर बारी update होगा. Right tree has a lower bound. ठीक है ना? As soon as we going in our left, we need to update our lower bound. No, upper bound. I mean, right. H should be less than D, less than B, and B is already less than A. Wait, I am so confused. H should be less than D. H should be less than D. Wait, I think there's something on the door. Just a minute. ओके आई जस्ट रियलाइज समथिंग. हमें स्ट्रेट डायरेक्शन में तो कोई दिक्कत ही नहीं आएगी. ना इसमें दिक्कत आएगी ना उसमें दिक्कत आएगी. द रियल प्रॉब्लम कम्स इज व्हेन वी चेंज डायरेक्शन, राइट? एट दिस पॉइंट हमारी दिस वैल्यू वुड बी ग्रेटर देन दिस, बट वी हैव टू मेक श्योर आर दिस वैल्यू is not greater than some parent value. Yeah, that's the issue, right? Only able to solve easy problems. How can I level up? I mean, practice, bro. What else can we even do? इरेज हो जा मत हो. Right, तो H के केस में तो there is no issue. The issue arises in the case of J. The issue arises in the case of J. J should be greater than D, but J has a upper bound of B. J has a upper bound of B. J का upper bound है B. That is it. J cannot have a value greater than B. Yeah, I think this is where I was getting confused. पेरेंट के पेरेंट को अपर बाउंड और लोअर बाउंड बना के चलो. दैट इज इट. पेरेंट के पेरेंट को ओके ओके right. Similarly, like you go in the case of, let's say, n should be less than G, but n should be greater than your C क्योंकि वो C के राइट साइड में है. That is it. N should be greater than C. Right, let's also see. Let's say L should be less than your F. L should be less than your F, but again, in this case, L should also be less than C. Okay, L should also be less than C, but greater than A. तो हर किसी के लिए अपर बाउंड और लोअर बाउंड लेकर चलना पड़ेगा. That's why I think DFS is better. About this, push in every level at once, then pop that layer and iterate whole level while pushing left and left. Check whether they are smaller, pushing left, and bigger while pushing right. Wait, how about this? Push every level at once, then pop that layer and iterate whole level while pushing left and left. Check whether they are smaller if pushing. See, that's the point. यहाँ पे we'll have to also check about limits. I think you're talking about going iteratively और एक एक node को check करना. So let's say we have 5. 5 से छोटा 3, 5 से बड़ा 8. Right now 3 से छोटा 1, 3 से बड़ा, लेट्स से वी हैव 10, सो दिस इज इनवैलिड, दिस इज इनवैलिड, क्योंकि ये तो आपका ट्री करेक्ट बन रहा है, ये वाला ट्री, बट दिस 10 लाइज ऑन द लेफ्ट ऑफ 5 एंड कैन नॉट बी, दैट इज नॉट वैलिड, राइट, बिकॉज 5 के लेफ्ट में जो भी वैल्यूज होगी दे शुड बी स्मॉलर देन 5। तो हमें एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट लेकर चलना पड़ेगा पेरेंट के पेरेंट का, आई मीन अपर बाउंड का, और मे बी आई जस्ट डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू वर सेइंग। यू नो व्हाट, सो लेट्स सी, यहाँ पे अपना लोअर बाउंड एंड अपर बाउंड एकदम इंट मैक्स और इंट मिन ले लो, देयर इज नथिंग रॉन्ग हियर, लोअर बाउंड एंड अपर बाउंड इंट मैक्स इंट मिन, नो ब्रो, यहाँ पे ले लो लोअर बाउंड इक्वल्स टू int min and upper bound equals to int max, as simple as that, ठीक है ना। now at this point erase this, now at your b, your lower bound would be your int min, yeah, nobody cares about lower bound, b के लिए now a के लेफ्ट में सारी वैल्यूज शुड बी लेस देन a, तो इसका अपर बाउंड वुड बी एडिटेड, हाँ इसका अपर बाउंड शुड बी योर a, है ना, इसका अपर बाउंड शुड बी योर a। now again you go here, now इसका भी I think, yeah, once we go to the right we have to update the lower bound, the lower bound for this would be b से बड़ी होनी चाहिए, b से कोई भी छोटी वैल्यू नहीं हो सकती, और अपर बाउंड तो जो पुराना लेकर आ रहे हो a वो ही लेकर चल लो, as simple as that, okay, what am I doing, wait what, इसके लिए अगेन वी आर गोइंग टू द लेफ्ट, जब हम लेफ्ट जाते हैं, हाँ तो व्हाट वी कैन सी इज लेफ्ट जा रहे हैं तो वी आर ओनली अपडेटिंग द अपर बाउंड, राइट दिस डाउन, going left, so update upper bound, okay, and going right update smaller bound, going right update update your lower bound, है ना, क्योंकि इसके लिए लोअर, अब जैसे ही हम इधर राइट आए तो लोअर बाउंड b बन जाएगा, राइट, ओके, आई थिंक दिस इज व्हाट वी वर कंफ्यूज्ड अबाउट, यप, लेट्स कीप ड्राई रनिंग, अब यहाँ पर हम देखेंगे, वी गो राइट में यू इंक्रीज योर अपर बाउंड टू योर पेरेंट, ठीक है ना, a बिकम्स योर अपर बाउंड, अब यू आर अगेन गोइंग टू राइट, अब इसमें योर लोअर बाउंड इज c, as simple as that, लोअर बाउंड इज c, यहाँ पे हम लेफ्ट जा रहे हैं तो लेफ्ट में भी अपडेट द अपर बाउंड, बट लेफ्ट में जा रहे हैं तो वी अपडेट द अपर बाउंड b हो जाएगा, but then wait, how is this not simply storing all the parents, that is it, लेफ्ट में इसका लोअर बाउंड c हो जाएगा, इसके केस में c, इसके केस में क्या होगा, अब हम लेफ्ट गए हैं तो लेफ्ट में वी अपडेट द अपर बाउंड, इसका अपर बाउंड हो जाएगा c, इसका अपर बाउंड हो जाएगा c, एंड इसका नो अपर बाउंड हो जाएगा c, व्हाट एम आई डूइंग, इसका अपर बाउंड हो जाएगा c एंड इसका लोअर बाउंड तो a था ना, तो दैट रिमेन्स a, हाँ, तो here we gather the right context, f should lie between a and c, right, I think yes, this is what we were being confused about, and DFS might be the better thing here. My back hurts. Bool. Node star current. Okay. 3-node star current. Okay, so LL upper bound para LL lower bound. Now what we see is, first of all, the basic check. Current int CV 231 minus 1, that's your int. Int CV current value is your current eval. Now you check if CV is less than your upper bound, not less than, greater than, and they can't be equal, right? They can't be equal. Greater than upper bound, or CV is less than equals to lower bound, then you return okay. Just for safety, let's add a stupid case here. If your current equals to null, right? Now what you do is, हमने क्या देखा था, when you go left, update, when you go left, update upper bound, update UB as current val, ठीक है ना? When you go left, update UB as current val, and when you go right, update lower bound as current val. That is it. That is all it. अब आप क्या करो, लेफ्ट जाओ, लेफ्ट चेक करो, if current why node if node left is not equal to null, तो आप क्या करो, int तो you just call solver on node के left पे, node के left पे, and your left जा रहे हो तो upper bound would be your CV and your lower bound remains the lower bound it was. That is it. Same thing you do with right check करो, right में जा रहे हो तो your upper bound would stay as it was, update lower bound would be your current value, right? एक भी अब अच्छा, bool left, bool a, this let's just name it a. If a is false, you return your false, no need to go down deep. Bool b equals to solver, you return you return A and B. I think that is it. Just this much code. Bool answer equals to solver with your root and your upper bound as int max and int min. Upper bound and lower bound, right? Return answer. If current equals A and B. Oh, you know what? Is this correct? Do we need hashing somewhere? I don't think so. Let's see. 2143. So a single node, bro. Who even adds these useless test cases? Come on. Why is my code not going? Why is my code not solving this case? It's, let's say, minus. They're giving int max values. Oh, okay. I get it. It should be not int max. LL max. LL upper bound should be LL max. See, how do you define LL max? LL max in CPP. Long max. Okay. LL lower bound equals to, bro, these are stupid test cases that holds no significance. Upper bound, lower bound, and I don't even need this now. Yeah. Okay, we're done with this question. Wrong answer again? Nah. Look at the difference in this current approach versus the last time we did it. Look at how many attempts I've done it. I did this in June. But see, my code last time was so bad. It's just this much. That is it. Exactly. Yeah, this test case adds no value. It's just there to like stupid decrease your accuracy, acceptance rate. Right? Okay. How much time have we streaming for? We've been streaming for 1 hour. Clear the smallest element in a binary search tree. Okay, I did this very simply. We could also do this with a heap. A more optimized approach would be to do this using a max heap of size k. Okay, mine was 100%. Then no, no worries then. Should we try one graph question now? Okay, let's see this question now. I didn't even check the problem of the day. Return the smallest number x greater than or equal to n such that the binary representation of x contains only set bits. So we want a number. This again some stupid question. Again, we have n equals to 5. We want to find out a number, smallest number, x greater than equal to n. Okay, x should be greater than your n, and binary representation contains only set. Acha, okay, all values. Okay, bro, you know what's the answer for this? जो भी n है, find, you'll have to find p such that p is greater than n. We can't have equal to, right? Okay, p is greater than equal to n, and p is a power of 2. P can be written as 2 raised to q. P 2 raised to q, where q is a natural number. Q is your natural number. Okay, q is your natural number, and then you just return smallest greater than equal. अगर equal है तो you return p, else you return p minus 1, and you don't have equality here. This is the solution, bro. This is a stupid question. Let me just solve it also. And p equals to 2. While p is smaller than, what's the lowest value? Such that binary representation of x contains only set bits. If n equal to 1, and 1, while p is smaller than n, p star equals to 2. I think this is the answer. Right, p को हम बड़ा number, we are finding a bigger power of 2 than p, and we are returning p minus 1. Right? It's just this much. Sirf this case would be there, an extra case. Baki, even if we have a 2, we want to find such that, yeah. Wrong answer, wow. In the case of 4, while p, acha, we didn't add a equality. Stupid. We want a bigger number, absolutely. Okay, what are the people saying about this? The calm before the storm. Wait for tomorrow, they broke you. Okay. Did you give yesterday's div 4? Sorry, left shifting. It's a power of 2. If it's a power of 2. Less than equal to. Yeah, I missed that less than equal to, bro. Bro, I don't give contests on code forces. I mean, I used to do problems on it, but as of now, I don't do code forces anymore. I've never given a contest on code forces. Only lead code contest. How to practice or learn DSA? Any tips? As I've started it in past week, bro. Just like keep doing one question a day. The simplest yet the most effective tip. Just stay consistent. You're given a M cross and matrix containing letters. How much time have we been streaming for? Okay, so this this would be the last question that I'm doing. You're given a M cross and matrix containing letters X and 0. The cell is connected to form a region. Connect every 0 cell. What is it even saying? A cell is connected to adjacent cells containing letter. Capture regions that are surrounded. Okay, so if there's okay, so since it has X on its all four sides, this region, we need to capture it. Okay. Hmm. So only those won't be captured that can somehow reach the edge. That can somehow reach the edge. Hmm. What we can see here. We'll get this out of here. Because only those are safe that are. Hmm. Right. जो एज पर होगा वही तो बच पाएगा. एज पर जो होगा वही बच पाएगा. Because this is your let's say even if it's filled with all zeros, तो edge पे भी तो होना ही चाहिए. Edge पे होना चाहिए. But what if we say like zeros हैं सारे अंदर, right? But edge पर सारा आपका x है, तो even then it will get captured. So I think we just do like BFS or DFS, whatever you want to, starting from the edges, and then mark all the connected nodes. Those nodes will be safe, and then just in the after marking all the safe nodes, we just go through the array, this matrix once again, and make all the unsafe nodes as X. I think it makes sense. Hi Barbro, what's up? You're late today. Okay. Let's do a void BFS. It's going to take in your board. Let's keep it. Yeah. It is going to take a int x, int y. That is it. And we'll only do this BFS. You can say let's say every safe node, we make every safe node as S. What's the 200? Yeah, it isn't crazy. If equals to S, you have to do nothing, right? If it's not safe, what you do is you make a queue, QUE, that is going to store a pair of int q, and q dot push your x comma y while q is not empty. Int n equals to q dot size. Wait, am I mixing BFS with DFS? Yes, bro. Today I woke up too late. Even I woke up at like 1 a.m. 1 p.m. I mean. What time did you woke up at? Did you wake up at? I'm sorry. Int n equals to q dot size. What we do is, yeah, we don't need this. We don't need this. Int n equal to q dot size. Then we maintain a vector of pair of int level I is less than n I plus plus. Check all the neighbors. First of all, pop parent int a equals to q dot top dot first, right? Int b equals to q dot top dot second, q dot pop. Okay, you do q dot pop, and then you do in your level dot push back x comma y, as simple as that. Yeah, that is it. Not x, sorry, a comma b. Okay, now what you do is you check for every neighbor of your current. For auto id of your level. Now that level is safe. Int a equals to id dot first, int b equals to id dot second. Now you make that safe. You can say your array, right? Array of a comma b equals to safe. As simple as that. Now what you do is चारों तरफ check करना होगा. If we can rather maintain a function for this, bool valid is going to take in your matrix arr int a int b int x equals to arr dot size, int y equals to arr 0 dot size. Now you just have to return x. A should be greater than equal to 0, and then a should be less than your x, and then b should be greater than equals to 0, and then b should be less than y. Yeah, this is it. A 0 से equal या पड़ा और x से छोटा है 0 से बड़ा. Yeah, okay. Now if valid है अगर आपका valid है, let's say you first check left check करो. Let's do it. Left or right, just do. You can do x minus 1, x plus 1 with y saying, or y plus 1, y minus 1. अगर valid है a plus 1 and your b with the matrix, right, and matrix, you know what, in this only we can add the check कि क्या वो zero है, what we can do is एक और लगा दो and matrix of a comma b, not matrix, I mean ARR equals to 0, not 0 और o और 0 तो सारी चीजें एक ही साथ चेक हो जाएंगी. दैट इज इट. अगर ये वैलिड है तो यू कैन जस्ट डू ARR ऑफ a, नहीं तो आप जस्ट q डॉट पुश a plus 1 comma b. That is it. I've learned to write clean code. Congratulations to me. A minus 1, so a minus 1 and you check b plus 1, b plus 1, where are the semicolons, done, and then there's this b minus 1, b minus 1. That is it. राइट, हमने हर उसको इटरेट कर लिया और अगर कोई ठीक है और this is while your queue is not empty and then you return. This should be working. I can't see any reason why this would not. Now you have to iterate the edges. Bro, you got 50 subscriber hike. Yes, I mean the YouTube algorithm has been blessing me. That's my boy. Only lead code. Valorant खेलते हो? No bro, I don't. Hello, how many questions have you done on lead code? Bhai, 300 on lead code. And which year are you in college? Bro, you can check the description. I'm in my 4th year. That's my boy. Only lead code, bro. I don't want to be that boy, right? I need to learn development. Now, you check all the edges. For int I equal to 0, I equals to 0, and x equals to bro, I always end up spending way too much time. It's a 1 hour 30 minute stream already. I equal to 0, I less than your x, I less than your x, I plus plus. If you can say if ARR I comma 0 equal to oh, then you do solver with array and x comma y, I comma 0, as simple as that. और एक इस पे भी चेक कर लो, if ARR I y minus 1, I comma y minus 1, ठीक है. And then you do for int I, for int j equals to 0, j less than your y j plus plus if error 0 j equals to 0. You do a solver of error 0 comma j. If error x minus 1 comma j equals to 0, you do solver of error x minus 1 comma j. Okay, now for int I equals to 0, I less than your x I plus plus, for int j equals to 0. Why are we even doing that? Save. J less than y j plus plus if arr I comma j equal to s. So you can do arr I j equals to 0 कि वो सेफ है. if arr I j else if लगाओ वरना तो ये लूप में चल जाएगा. else if equals to your 0, arr I j equals to x. That is it. Return. कल के डिफॉर्मेटरी का एक क्वेश्चन था, यू कैन ट्राई दैट. ओके. I'm 2 months into college. To say I'm overwhelmed would be an understatement. Bro, you still have 4 years. What are you overwhelmed with? कल के डिफॉर्मेटरी का क्वेश्चन था, you can try that. Okay भाई, I think I'll try that tomorrow. ये क्वेश्चन खत्म करके I'm not trying anything. q.top.first. Yeah, I knew this might give an error. How to get the... I have only 58 questions on leetcode so far. Good, bro. Like, just maintain the consistency. If I have a queue with parent int, how to get le out of it? Yeah, parent int. I could have done that. Why have I not done it? What I could do is parent int equals to q.top, right? And then a would be parent int. Let's give it k. A would be k dot first. B would be k dot second. No member named in q dot. Come on. I'm confusing it with stack. I'm stupid. Valid mat. Okay. Solver. Bro. Front hota hai. Okay, yeah, bro. I see that. Why is your message being retracted? Now, what wrong did I do here? In the case 1, I'm seeing कि edges पे कोई भी 0 है. Let's debug. Cout called from x, y. Okay, so it's not even calling the function. Why? Okay, our function isn't even being called. Because I'm going, this is my third row, second column. So it should be from x minus 1, second column, equal to 0. Why isn't it being called? Is it 0 or is it O? Captured are O or 0? What is this? It's a fucking O. Stupid. Bro. Right? We don't have any fucking 0. Hmm. This should be working now. Yeah, call from 3-1. क्या फालतू के edge cases हैं? 1, n. I'm just submitting it. I don't care. Wow, we got a TLE. Okay, maybe I'm not hashing. GG's. Lamau. Why am I getting a TLE? How can I even hash here? Because there wouldn't be any repetitions call, right? And it's just 200. What? Why do I'm so I have an array like this, right? Let's say this. Okay. Okay. What is this? So वो सबसे पहले यहाँ से और यहाँ से ट्राई करेगा. I think we should do it in different loops. और should we? या तो यहाँ से ट्राई करेगा और वो सबको एडिट कर तो देगा इसको. Maybe I don't see. See, we're still getting TLE. Bro. भाई अब डेवलपमेंट किस चीज में कर रहे हैं? Basic full stack, bro. Full stack, nothing special. At this point, I give up. I am asking ChatGPT how to eliminate TLE. Do not spoon feed, but for lead code 130. Check my solution. I am getting TLE because I'm fed up at this point. I can't, bro. Good, yours not to be. So BFS is how is it doing repeating work inside solver? Acha, it's asking me to merge these two levels. Mm, you mark S after copying them. This allows multiple NQs of the same. Many time when you push it, that change alone usually fixes the LE. Acha, I am marking S later. So what am I doing is, oh, okay, it's asking me to do this. I'm still getting TLE. But the other test cases are working, right? Multiple BFS calls. You correctly start BFS from border row, but you don't check whether they were already visited before solver. So big grids is already processed directly in the BFS level. And queuing. Check before calling solver if the cell is already S. Why would I check? Solver would only be called if it is 0, right? Or O. Why do I even need to check for S? Yeah, I agree. I can do this. I can do here. I don't need this. I can do this here. And it's telling me to mark cell as S when enqueuing, right? And the solver only checks for zeros. If it's 0, around 62, I'm learning from Webify. Okay. No, pal, bro, I'm not teaching you anything. What do you mean? I'm myself learning. I am Webif, by the way. Maybe full stack ही कर रहा था अभी React and Node and SQL पे decent grasp है. Good, bro. Is not a valid type of what? What is this error? Q.pop. Wait. I did a blunder. I don't need to push it in level. I can just do अगर valid है उसके आसपास वाला उसको भी क्यू में डाल दो. Right. What is this error? Oh, really? I can't, bro. I can't, yeah. I'm ending the stream right here. My brain is fried. I'll come back to this question tomorrow. Okay, then. Thank you to whosoever joined. Bye bye. Bro, wait. Shubham, bro, it's just that I can't, bro. एक टाइम के बाद वो हो जाता है ना दिमाग खराब. It's that phase. Yeah, I think I'll end here. Okay, then. Bye.